you're one of those people who really are against driverless robot cars, then boy are you gonna hate this story. It just came out that driverless school buses have been shuttling kids to school in Florida, paid for by the US government, and the government had no idea. Back in March, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration gave permission to a company called Transdev to test something out called the EZ10 Generation II driverless shuttle. It's designed to shuttle around 12 people with no driver necessary. When Transdev filled out the paperwork, they apparently said they wanted to test the driverless shuttles for a specific demonstration project, but they didn't say what the project was. They just said they'd be testing the shuttles out. But the project turned out to be shuttling school kids around in Babcock Ranch, Florida. Now the EZ10 Generation II only goes about 30 miles an hour, and Transdev said they were going to keep it at about 8 miles per hour for their test and have a safety attendant on board. But still, can you imagine putting your kid on a bus with no driver? That's some scary stuff. So these driverless shuttles have been picking up kids and driving them around without the safety administration knowing about it. They just got wind and are pissed, issuing a letter to Transdev telling them to cease and desist. Because apparently they have a whole other set of standards when it comes to driving kids. School buses have to meet a whole other set of regulations, which Transdev didn't have to go through since they never mentioned the kids. So the administration said, cut it out or else. So the good news is they'll probably stop testing driverless robot buses on children. The bad news is, if you're anti-robot car, they've been testing these suckers out all over the country on the taxpayer's dime, no less. Pilot programs in several US cities have received millions of dollars in state grants, and Transdev was one of them. They got $2.6 million for their testing in Florida. And others have gotten even bigger grants from the federal government. Now, ever since a self-driving car killed a woman back in March, the Safety Administration has halted giving out waivers for new tests, but that's just to make the review process a little more rigorous, not to halt the program altogether. So it's just one of those things like drone deliveries or another freaking smart TV dongle. It might not be the future you want, but it's the one our society is hell-bent on collectively creating anyway.